You send a text. An hour goes by without a reply. Then 2. Before long, you are staring at the ceiling, replaying every interaction you have ever had with this person, convinced you have ruined the relationship. This internal loop is the brain working overtime to protect you from making mistakes. It is scanning your environment and your history to find any potential point of failure. When you care deeply about getting things right, your mind attempts to prepare you for every possible negative outcome. It searches for a flawless path before it allows you to move forward. But demanding a perfect solution to a complex problem can overwhelm your decision-making. You freeze. This state of mental gridlock is called analysis paralysis. We are going to walk through a sequence of specific interventions to shut down the spiral, culminating in a real-time exercise you can use right now. Understanding your brain's protective intent is the first step, but it is not enough to stop the loop. To regain control, you have to actively and physically interrupt the process. The process begins by identifying your thoughts. We have to separate intentional reflection from automatic overthinking. Reflection is a targeted effort to find clarity, leading to actionable insight. Overthinking is an infinite loop that replays conversations without reaching resolution. Staying in this circular path creates emotional reflux. The brain gets trapped searching for certainty that doesn't exist. This trap has high-stakes historical precedents. During the Second World War, Winston Churchill noticed this exact pattern emerging among his own design teams. While designers argued over perfect improvements for landing craft, production stalled. Churchill sent a blunt warning. The pursuit of perfection results only in complete paralysis. To break your own gridlock, you need a physical Sothurkuyper. The 5-4-3-2-1 technique is designed for exactly this moment. By naming 5 things you see, 4 you can touch, 3 you hear, 2 you smell, and 1 you taste, you force your brain to process immediate sensory data. This redirection pulls your mind back to the present reality and out of its internal loop. With your senses grounded, you can begin to audit your thoughts. Take the most anxious thought you have and put it on trial. Identify the fears. A fear is an unverified assumption, a prediction your brain has created based on incomplete information. Contrast that with the facts. A fact is an observable reality, stripped of all emotional assumptions and what-if scenarios. If you struggle to see the difference, try decentering. Ask yourself what advice you would give a best friend in this situation. Shifting the focus away from yourself promotes clearer, more objective thinking. To keep these thoughts from hijacking your day, schedule a specific time. Block out a 20-minute window on your calendar specifically for worry time. When a worry strikes outside of that window, write it down immediately to defer it. Putting the thought on paper externalizes the threat. It makes the worry a visible object you can address later, rather than an overwhelming presence in your head. Deferring anxiety to a scheduled appointment prevents ambient stress from draining your mental energy all day. Eventually, you must move from analysis to action. This is where you apply the 5-second rule. Hesitation is a safety mechanism. When your brain senses risk, the amygdala hits the brakes, causing your momentum to drop. By counting backward from 5, you actively bypass that fear response and jumpstart your action mode. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You must physically move and take a decisive action immediately after reaching 1. Taking action provides real-world information that internal analysis cannot reach. It breaks the cycle of avoidance that keeps you stuck. Decisive physical action serves as a powerful antidote to perfectionism, forcing your mind to deal with reality instead of possibilities. Let's test this right now. Identify one specific worry that has been circling your mind today. Write it down. Beside it, label it explicitly as either a fact you can prove or a fear you are imagining. Now ground your senses. Find 5 things you see, 4 you can touch, 3 you hear, 2 you smell, and 1 you taste. Count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and execute one tiny physical action related to that worry. Your mind is naturally self-regulating. Just like a physical scratch that heals when you stop picking at it, your thoughts can reset on their own if you stop feeding the cycle. You now have the practical tools to direct your own attention. Overthinking is a pattern, and you can begin changing that pattern today.